Hi everyone, welcome to Power Electronics video lecture. Myself, M. Krishna, working as Assistant Professor in EEE Department, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. In this video, I am going to explain DC choppers. Basically, chopper circuit is a static configuration where the fixed DC supply is going to be converted into a variable DC supply. These are basically two types. Direct DC choppers are available and AC link choppers are available. So there we can see the diagram of a chopper. The input of the chopper is fixed DC supply. The output of the chopper is variable DC output. Here we can see AC link chopper. There the input supply, there we are going to see uncontrolled diode rectifier, then there is a filter capacitor, then DC-DC converter, what we call chopper, and is connecting to a particular load where the load operated or required a DC supply, a variable DC supply. And here is a controlled DC-DC converter, means there is one switch we are going to use. Through the switch we are controlling the entire operation of this chopper. Look at this, the flow of current and conversion takes place, and here is a diode rectifier. Diode rectifier is an uncontrolled one because of diode having only two terminals, anode and cathode. There is no controlling terminal, and this single phase or three phase supply is applying to the diode rectifier and getting the DC output voltage, which is unregulated. As we know, the DC is not a pure DC that we are getting from diode rectifier. Maybe in presented unwanted components called AC signal is also that has to be bring out from the DC output by keeping one filter capacitor. Then this capacitor filter out the harmonics, means AC components, will give us nearly DC values, and that DC values are fixed DC values are applying to the chopper circuit, so that we'll get a variable regulated DC values which are going to be applying to a particular DC load. As I said, a chopper is a static device which is used to obtain a variable DC voltage from constant DC voltage source. And the other name for chopper circuit is DC-DC converter. And the advantages of chopper circuit or DC-DC converter are it gives us a greater efficiency, and the switching response is very fast, and using power electronic switches need lower maintenance, and the size of the power electronic devices are very less and means smaller in size, and we can able to control the switches very smoothly. And the applications of DC-DC converters are chopper circuit, and these are used in many applications where the voltage levels are very small in DC values, particularly in trolley cars, battery operated vehicles, traction motor control, means in DC drives, control of a large number of DC motors, and it is also used to operate the DC motors in regenerative braking mode. Means that in the regenerative braking mode, the wasted power is fed back to the source, thereby the source which we are getting from outside is going to be reduced. Means the wastage power we are going to converting into useful power and feeding back and utilizing, recycling that power to the operation of the DC motor in using the chopper circuits. So there we are using on a switch in DC chopper, and this switch is going to be controlled in two methods. One is constant frequency control or pulse width modulation control. The second one is variable frequency control. See this in pulse width modulation control, pulse width is going to be modulated. You can able to see that in the diagram. Here is this is the width of the pulse and this is the time period. Means what? We are keeping the frequency constant, indirectly saying that the time period is constant, and just we are varying the on pulse width and off pulse width. Very simply, see here T on is very less, pulse width of the T on is less as compared to T off, but here in this case T on period, T on pulse width is more as compared to T off. But look at this time period of the signal, it is constant one. Means we are keeping the frequency constant and varying the width of the pulse, that is turn on pulse width and turn off pulse width. We are going to get one controlling method for the switch of the DC chopper. The other method is keeping the time period is varying here, keeping the turn on is constant. Look at this, this is a turn on process, turn on pulse width, and we are keeping this turn on constant and varying the time period. Time period varying means just directly saying that the frequency of the switching pulse is going to be varied. So this is one of the switching method for the to on the switch of the DC chopper. There are four basic types of DC-DC converters, and they are buck converter, indirectly saying the step down converter, boost converter, other name for boost converter is step up converter. Buck boost converter means combination of both step down and step up converters, and the advanced one is buck converter. So in this video we are going to see only two. The first one step down converter and the second one step up converters. We will see them one by one. So now buck converter. The configuration of buck converter is like this. It is original converter. There is one switch. You can say position 1, position 2 here, and there at load side there is one inductor placed here. The value of inductor is more, and the capacitor to see the filtering purpose, and sometimes for getting the more voltages. In this case this is for filtering purpose. There is one resistance. We can say this is a load. And look at these two diagram. This is the switch position at 1, and then by the source is connected to the circuit, and it is feeding the circuit. And here what happened, when the supply is available, as we know, the inductor stores the energy, and when the switch is moved to position 2, the supply is going to be disconnected and having the closed path here. Now inductor serves the circuit because it's already stores the energy, and now it is going to be releasing its energy by interchanging the polarities and allows the current in the same direction. That's why, means what, whenever the switch is at position 1, inductor stores the energy and having the output voltage also, but whenever the switch is at position 2, inductor plays a vital role in discharging and providing the output response. Means that whatever be the position of the switch, the load is getting the continuous current values. And one more configuration which we can see for buck converter is that in place instead of going for switch positions 1 and 2, just we are using only one switch, that is power alternating switch. We can use a power alternating switch. The thyristor can be used, MOSFET, IGBT, BJT can be used, and GTO also can be used based on the rating of the application that the power is going to be feeding to the load. For the low power application, we can go for the MOSFET and IGBT. If it is medium, then go for GTO, then higher, then go for the thyristor switch. And because the thyristor switch having the high switching frequency, it is more than the 2000 kilohertz. Look at this, the operation. This is the basic diagram. When the switch is closed, the supply is connected to like this, and this is the node point. When the current entering into node point, just we see the directions of current leaving. If the current trying to leave through diode seems to be reverse biased by this current entering into diode, thereby it's going to be open circuited, doesn't allow the current to flow. The other path is through the inductor. Now it's going to be source the energy and having the polarities plus minus, and it is entering the current flowing like this back to the source. This is the path. And whenever the switch is opened, then inductor is already stores the energy up to the value of Vd. Now it's going to be serve the entire circuit instead of main source. Main source is disconnected because switch is open. Thereby this inductor is going to be supply the power to the load. Means in two conditions the load is going to be getting the continuous output values. These are the things what we discussed, and look at the waveforms. This is the waveform. Output is available when the switch is on, then output is available when the switch is opened. Look at this, and look at the current flowing through the inductor. This minimum current and maximum current, minimum current and maximum current. This is on T on period, this is T off period. That's what we call dt and dt. Here we have to discuss one more point, that the duty cycle. Duty cycle means it is defined as the ratio of on time period to the total time period. So that is equal to alpha equal to T on by T. We are indicating that T on period with respect to dt. Here you can see that T on values equal to dt, and this is the total time period. Look at this. The result is in positive inductor voltage, that is VL is equal to Vd minus V naught. This value you can get when you apply the KVL equation to the basic circuit when it's operating. It causes linear increase in inductor current because inductor have the property called it doesn't allow the sudden change in current. Based on that property, the current flowing through the inductor having the two values, that is the minimum value and maximum value, which we can see in the diagram. And the voltage across inductor will be the based on the Ohm's law, that we can say VL is equal to L di by dt. From this we are writing equation for IL. IL equal to 1 upon L integral VL dt. Because of the inductor energy storage, and now IL continues to flow. Diode will be forward biased when the switch is open. Now the same thing is going on, but here is we are more focusing on the off condition. That's why off condition is also indicating with minus d of t, like that. And the current now flows through the diode, and the voltage across the inductor will be minus V naught. This is some analysis when the switch is closed. This is VL is equal to Vd minus V naught, that is equal to L di by dt. Just we comparing both two, we are getting dIL dt is equal to Vd minus V naught upon L, because L is there at this side of left side, and since the derivation takes of IL is positive constant, therefore IL must be increased linearly, which we can see in the diagram. That is equal to dIL upon dt is equal to change in current flowing through the inductor with respect to time, that we can write in terms of time is dt up to t on condition, then that is equal to Vd minus V naught equal to VL. From this we can write the equation for current value which is flowing through the inductor, Vd minus V naught upon L into dt. And some analysis when the switch is open. Now voltage across the inductor is going to be minus V naught value. Look at this. This is the minus V naught value, and it is equal to L dIL by dt. And comparing both the equations, we are getting dIL dt. dIL upon dt is equal to minus V naught by L. And as we know the relation among these two, finally we got the current flowing through the inductor when the switch is open is like this, minus V naught upon L into 1 minus d of t. Now we are going to comparing adding these two, because to get the whole current values like this. Finally this is the voltage available across the load when the switch is on, switch is off, for the entire operation of the Chopper circuit. Next we'll see the step up chopper called boost chopper. The basic diagram is shown here. Look at this. This is very easy to remember the configuration. Once we know the step down transformer, step down chopper configuration, just you should replace all the components. Interchange means just you interchange the components in anti-clockwise direction, then we'll get the step up chopper. And there are two modes of operation. One is switch closed, other one is switch open. So this is switch closed operation, this is switch open operation. We'll see some details about boost converter. Boost converter is a DC-DC power converter with an output voltage is greater than its output voltage. It is a class of switch mode power supply. SMPS we are using more and more, and containing at least two semiconductor switches. That is one is diode and other one is transistor in one configuration, and at least one energy storage element like a capacitor or inductor, but inductor is a must for the super circuit. Sometimes it may be two. Boost converter is also used as the voltage increase mechanism in the circuit known as the Joule-TEF. For step-up chopper, we can obtain an average output voltage V0 is greater than the input voltage Vd. Step-up chopper is used to obtain a load voltage higher than the input voltage. As I said earlier, the values of L and C are chosen depending upon the requirement of output voltage and current. The designing of a capacitor and inductor purely depends on the requirement of output voltage. When the chopper is on, the inductor is going to be connecting across the supply, and the current flowing through the inductor rises, and the inductor stores the energy during on condition, and the period is called Tm. After that, when the switch chopper is off, the inductor current I is forced to flow through the diode and load during the T-off period, and it in the case the current tends to increase, which results in reversing the polarity of the induced EMF in L. Therefore, voltage across load is given by V0 is equal to V plus L di upon dt. That is, we can say V0 is greater than the V. Here we are using a large capacitor which we connected across the load. Will provide the continuous output voltage, and diode here prevents any current which is flowing from capacitor to the source. These two are the mode 1 on state operation. If the switch is on, inductor stores the energy having a closed path like this. If the switch is off, and it inductor voltage across the inductor and the source voltage, both are adding here combination and giving supply to the resistive load. Thereby the output voltage is always having the greater values as compared to the input voltage. There is modes of conduction takes place, continuous conduction mode, and there is a charging current flowing through the inductor during the T-on period, that is DIL dt, the change in current with respect to time, which is equal to VI by VL. From that we can able to write the equation for change in current, and we are taking the equation in case of T-off period also like this, and those going to be added here, both are added here, same as our in case of step down transform, getting the voltage equation like this. V0 is equal to 1 by 1 minus d into Vi. From this we can able to calculate duty cycle is also, that is d is equal to 1 minus Vi upon V0. This expression shows that the output voltage is always higher than the input voltage, because the duty cycle value is always varying from 1 to 0, and that it increases with D, and changing makes the changes in D, and getting the output voltage greater than the input voltage. And these are the some voltage waveforms which can able to see, and this is V0 value, and this is current increasing, this is I minimum, I maximum, I minimum, I maximum. This is a voltage state, on state, off state, voltage available across the load. Thank you very much for watching this video.